day, three little pigs met up under a huge tree. The eldest pig was holding pieces of wood in his hands. His little brother asked curiously, "Are we going to make fishing rods out of those wood pieces and catch fish?" The eldest pig replied, "Oh, no, it's a surprise." This time when the middle brother asked, "Or are we going to build a castle and play with the ball?" The little pig immediately said, "But we don't have a ball."
No, we're going to build a treehouse right here.
While the brothers were happy with this idea, the eldest pig immediately leaned a ladder against the trunk of the tree. All three of them took turns climbing to the top of the tree. They helped each other and nailed the wood of the treehouse. On the other hand, the big bad wolf, who was in a deep sleep, woke up to the construction noise. He got up and followed the noise, saying, "Grr! Who is making this noise?" While he was walking, grumbling, a piece of wood fell on his head and hit him. Just as he was about to shout in anger, he saw three little pigs on top of the tree. "Oh, I wasn't expecting that. A great breakfast," he said and hid aside. But the wolf was very afraid of heights. Unaware of everything, the little pigs have almost completed the treehouse. The eldest pig even made a couch inside. "Let's sit down and get some rest," he said to his brothers. First, the little pig sat on the chair. Then the middle pig took a seat. As soon as the eldest pig sat down, the couch shattered and broke with a bang. The eldest pig asked his brothers, "Huh? What's that noise? Were we expecting a guest?" The middle pig nervously said, "No. Or you think, is that the wolf?" Thereupon, the eldest pig brother opened the door with courage. When he couldn't see anyone outside, he closed the door back. Then the voice of the terrible wolf echoed inside. "Hey, piggies, open the door and let me in, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house down." The little pig shouted, "Our house is solid. You can't blow it down." Even though the wolf had fear of heights, he climbed all the way up to the top to catch the pigs. When the wolf puffed out, the inside of the house was destroyed.
What if the wolf catches us here?
Where will we run to then?
While they were thinking about ways to escape, the wolf puffed out even harder this time. But what was that? The roof of the treehouse broke off and flew away. The wolf took one last breath and puffed out with all his might. The door opened with a bang and the wolf came in. But the pigs weren't inside.
Huh? Where did the pigs go?
It turns out that the pigs have already slipped down with the rope tied by their eldest brother. They even took the ladder on the tree with them so that the wolf could not come back down. The wolf, afraid of heights, was left alone at the top of the tree. Because he did not think about the consequences of his actions, he could neither catch the pigs nor get down. While the three little pigs returned home peacefully, the wolf howled all night long and asked for help.
Once upon a time, right on the edge of the forest, lived a golden-haired girl. This golden yellow-haired girl's name was Goldilocks. She had such amazing and admirable locks that everyone who saw her was mesmerized. But despite her sweetness, at times she could be a rather naughty little girl. Every time she stepped out to play, her mother would have to warn her to behave. "Darling, please stay in the backyard and don't go into the woods." Deep into the forest in a shack lived a bear family. A broad-shouldered papa bear, a medium-sized mama bear, and a baby bear. Mama Bear always woke up early to prepare oatmeal porridge for breakfast. One morning, Baby Bear woke up earlier than usual and wanted to eat his porridge. But it was too hot.
Mama, can we go out for a walk in the woods until our porridge cools down?
Mama, Papa and Baby Bear left their porridges on the table and went out for a walk. The same morning, Goldilocks was playing in the backyard while waiting for her mum to prepare breakfast. But she was so bored of playing in the same yard all the time, and she was very curious about the deep parts of the forest.
What would happen if I just went for a walk?
She looked around, seeing that no one was around. She began running into the forest. When she got tired, she stopped and looked around.
What a beautiful forest! Flowers, trees. Why didn't I come here before?
She began to walk deeper into the forest. In the meantime, walking around with his family, the baby bear saw a beehive on the branch of a tree.
Such a big beehive! I'm sure it is full of honey. Papa, can we eat some honey?
No, my boy, that belongs to the bees. It's their home.
We can't go in anybody's home and eat their food. It's not right.
You're right. I think I will have to wait until we go home for my breakfast.
Meanwhile, Goldilocks walked all by herself for such a long time. Finally, she got lost. She tried to turn back but could not make out the right way. She got really tired and hungry. She was almost in tears of her tiredness. She walked a little more, and finally she came to the end of the road. And she came across the house of the bear family in between the trees. She quietly approached the house, walked around it, but she could not see anyone. She knocked on the door, but nobody answered. Then she looked through the window. She saw 3 hot steamy plates on the table. She went back to the door again, and this time she knocked hard. The door opened. Goldilocks was overjoyed. She looked in and yelled,
Anybody home?
When there was no answer, she entered. She approached the table. On the table, there were 3 bowls of porridge, 1 big, 1 medium-sized, and 1 small. Because she was so hungry, she wanted to eat the big one first. But the moment she put the spoon in her mouth, her mouth burned, because the porridge was still too hot. She immediately reached the medium bowl, but she did not want to eat this either, because it was too cold.
It's too cold!
Finally, she dipped her spoon into the smallest one.
This porridge is neither cold nor too hot. It's exactly the way I want it.
So she ate all the porridge in the smallest bowl. When she was done with her breakfast and felt full, she wanted to sit on one of the 3 chairs in front of the chimney to rest for a while. One of the 3 chairs was a big one, the other one medium, and the last one was a small one. First she tried to sit on the big one, but she couldn't even climb on it. She tried the medium one, but this one was very hard. It was very uncomfortable. Finally, she sat down on the smallest one. This one was very comfortable and exactly her size. But suddenly, the chair broke into pieces with a very loud noise. Goldilocks found herself on the floor and she did not know what to do. She walked through to the next door, and here there were 3 beds. A big, a medium-sized, and a small one. First she tried the big bed. This one was too big for her and also too hard. Second one was a little bigger than her size, but also too soft. So she lied down on the third and smallest bed. This one was exactly her size, and it was very comfortable, so comfortable that Goldilocks fell asleep right away. Whilst Goldilocks was sleeping, the bear family came back home. Papa Bear had some wood with him that he collected for the chimney. Mama Bear had fresh berries, and Baby Bear just could not wait to have his porridge. When they arrived home, they went straight to the table. Papa Bear had a look at his bowl and was so angry.
Somebody tasted my porridge.
Mama Bear also looked at her bowl.
Somebody also tasted my porridge.
And when Baby Bear looked at his bowl, he began to cry.
That somebody also tasted my oatmeal porridge. Not only tasted it, also ate it all.
They got up and started to look around. Papa Bear noticed his chair in front of the chimney.
Somebody sat on my chair. Look, it's on a different spot.
And then it was Mama Bear's turn to complain.
Somebody also sat on my chair.
And just like before, the Baby Bear began to cry again.
Somebody also sat on my chair, but broke it too.
The bear family curiously went to the bedroom.
Somebody lied on my bed. Look how it's undone.
Somebody lied on mine too.
Somebody lied on my bed too, and is still sleeping in it.
Papa Bear walked next to Baby Bear's bed and saw that someone really was sleeping in his bed. Slowly lifted up the blankets, and they were really surprised to see a little girl sleeping in the bed.
What is a little girl doing in our house?
Tell this little girl to get out of my bed now.
Waking up to Baby Bear's crying, Goldilocks saw 3 bears in front of her, and she ran out of the room in great fear. She went out of the house and started running without looking back. She got breathless from running, but she did not stop. And she didn't even know which way to go. Right at that moment, she saw her parents coming across from the forest. When she didn't end up going back home, they went out looking for her. Goldilocks was very happy to see her parents. She ran and hugged her mother.
Oh, Mummy!
We were so worried. Are you okay?
From now on, I will always listen to you. I will never leave without letting you know.
Goldilocks hugged her parents really tight. From that day on, as she promised, she always listened to her parents and did nothing without having their permission. She was a well-behaved and kind girl forever.
The Lion, the Mouse, and the Sleepy Bear. Once upon a time, in a lush forest, there lived a small mouse. There was a huge bear who lived in a neighboring cave. The big bear, who had hibernated months ago, was still sleeping and snoring loudly. The little mouse went to him one day to wake the bear up because he could not sleep all winter due to the bear's noisy snoring.
Mr. Bear? Hey, Mr. Bear! Hey! Summer has come. You can wake up any time now.
However, the bear still did not wake up. The little mouse came to the bear this time with a bugle. He blew vigorously into the bugle. But the bear continued to sleep. While the little mouse was wandering sleeplessly in the forest, he met several animal friends. What happened, little mouse? Why are you sad?
Ugh, don't ask, guys. All winter I could not sleep because of the bear snoring, and he still won't wake up.
Maybe the lion can help you.
What? Why would I go talk to him?
Because the lion roars so loud that everyone jumps up the instant they hear his loud voice. Though the little mouse was a little scared by the thought, he went to the lion, the king of the forest, to request his assistance. The lion was sleeping in front of his cave. The little mouse was terrified when he saw the mighty beast, so he decided to give up his plan and go back home. But when he accidentally stepped on a branch in front of him, the big cat woke up and a tiny, trembling voice reached his ears.
What's that noise? What are you doing in front of my cave?
Well, king of the forest, sorry to wake you up. Well, I, came to ask for your help.
You're not even big enough to be considered snack size, little mouse. Why should I help you?
Dear fearsome lion, you have to wake up my neighbor, the big bear, who won't wake up from hibernation. Nothing I do seems to wake him. Since I am small, I have a little voice. But one roar from you can solve everything.
I don't have time to spend for a tiny, little, useless mouse like you. I am king of the forest.
The lion walked away without helping the mouse. He went to a corner where no one could see him. He leaned against a tree and started to itch like crazy. The lion was so itchy that he didn't want anyone to see him like this, because he was the king of the forest. The little mouse, on the other hand, was coming home sadly and heard wheezing from the depths of the forest. He went to where the voice came from, and he saw the lion. Moreover, the lion was itching himself non-stop and looking rather silly in the process. The mouse immediately approached the lion. When the lion saw him, he stopped itching, but it was clear he was still in pain and discomfort due to the itch.
Mr. Lion, what happened to you?
I don't know, Mouse. I don't know. I can't stop itching myself. Oh. You haven't seen or heard anything, Mouse. Are we clear?
The mouse carefully fixed his tiny eyes on the lion and saw a bunch of tiny fleas jumping in his fur. The mouse understood why the mighty cat was itching so much.
Aw, you have fleas. Let me help you.
How can you help me? You're just a little mouse. Leave me alone. Oh.
The little mouse bravely jumped on him, ignoring the lion's rude comments.
What are you doing? Get off of me!
The mouse started to crawl through the thick, scruffy fur and throw out all the fleas. But this made the lion's situation even worse. He started itching himself with his paws.
Oh.
The lion could not bear the itch and leaned his back against the tree. This time he started to rub right and left.
Oh no! I was almost crushed.
I can't stop. The more you run over me, the more I itch. Get off, mouse.
The lion ran to a nearby lake. He quickly jumped into the water. The mouse on his back was nearly drowned.
Mr. Lion, get out of the water right away or I'll drown.
The lion came out of the lake, but then proceeded to shake himself dry. He was shaking his body so hard and so fast that the mouse barely was able to hang on to that thoughtless lion.
I've almost got the itch taken care of, Mr. Lion. Just a little bit more to the left.
The lion finally stopped himself. The mouse threw out the last few fleas that remained on the lion.
How do you feel now?
Well, it's like my itching is gone.
Because I have cleaned all the fleas for you, sir.
The lion was very embarrassed with how rude he was.
When you asked for help, I looked down on you, mouse. But you still did everything in your power to save me from this difficult situation. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Lion.
Come on, hop on my back, and I'll take you home.
When the little mouse and the big lion arrived at the mouse's home, they heard loud snoring sounds flooding out of the big bear's cave.
Huh? What's that noise?
They then entered the cave.
Ah, you were right, mouse. Summer has come. The big bear is still sleeping.
The lion, the king of the forest, took a deep breath and roared so powerfully right into the ears of the big bear that the stone floor of his cave shook. Thanks to this powerful roar, the bear finally woke up and ran out of the cave.
Huh? What happened? Is there something wrong? What happened? Did the sun come out? Is it summer? Where is it?
While all the forest animals laughed at the big silly bear. Little Mouse was also very happy that the snoring was finally over.
Once upon a time, in a little cottage in the woods, lived a mother goat and her little goats leading a happy life. The little goats were very cute. They all were like toys. Mother goat, like all mothers, loved her little goats very much. She protected them from all the wild animals in the forest. One day, before she left the house to find food in the forest, she called her little goats next to her and...
My dear children, I am going into the forest. Do not open the door for anyone. If the wolf comes into the house, he will eat all of us alive. He's very shifty. He will disguise himself into different shapes and try to fool you. So how will we recognize him? The wolf has a rough voice, and I have a soft and sweet voice. So you can recognize him from his low and rough voice right away.
Right when she was leaving, the mother goat remembered something else. She turned to her little goats.
One more thing. The wolf's feet are black and mine are white. You can also recognize him from his feet.
Don't worry, Mother. We can protect ourselves. You can count on us.
Mother goat kissed her little goats one by one and headed into the woods. The wolf was watching them from afar. When he saw Mother Goat leaving, he waited a while, and then he came in front of the cottage and knocked on the door.
Who is it?
Little goats, open the door. Your mother is here. I brought nice food for you all.
But the little goats recognized the wolf's rough voice right away. Without opening the door, they yelled out,
You're not our mother. Her voice is sweet and more beautiful. You're the wolf. You can't fool us.
The wolf got very angry because he could not fool the little goats. So he went to the shop, bought a big piece of chalk and ate it. Now his voice sounded much softer. So he went back to the cottage and knocked on the door again. This time, the wolf started to talk with his soft voice.
My little goats, open the door. It's your mother. I brought food from the forest for all of you.
Hearing the wolf's soft voice, the little goats thought that it was really their mother this time. Just when they were about to open the door, one of them shouted,
Wait! Let's look at the feet from underneath the door.
Of course, when the little goats looked from underneath the door, they saw the wolf's black feet.
So they yelled again without opening the door.
We will not open the door for you. I'm on his feet and not black. They are white. You're the wolf.
As furious as he was, the wolf left. This time, he went to the bakery. When the baker saw the wolf in front of him, he was very surprised.
I'm a vegetarian now, so I will eat pastry from now on. Could you give me some flour?
The wolf came out of the bakery with a little sack of flour. When he got near the cottage, he opened the sack and poured all the flour on his feet. Now his feet were all white. The shifty wolf knocked on the door for the third time.
My little goats, open the door. It's your mother. I have brought food for all of you from the forest.
First, show us your feet so we know it's you, Mother.
The wolf showed them his feet with flour. When the little goats saw the white feet, they believed that it was their mother and opened the door. And what did they see? The wolf was standing right there in front of them. The little goats did not know what to do. They started to run around yelling.
Don't waste your time. I will catch all of you.
One of the little goats went under the desk. The second one into the bed. The third one into the chimney. Fourth kid hid in the kitchen. The fifth one got into the closet. The sixth hid behind the curtain. And the seventh kid went into the giant clock on the wall. But the shifty wolf was quick, and one by one he caught them all from wherever they were hiding.
Run! Run!
Come here. Don't run. I will catch you all. I said stop.
The only one he could not find was the one hiding in the clock. He was already full, so he gave up on looking for them and headed out. There was a big yard a little further from the cottage. The wolf lay under a tree on the yard and started to sleep, snoring. Short while after, the mother goat returned home. When she saw the door open, she knew something bad had happened and started to scream.
Oh, my little goats!
When she entered the house, she was shocked. The tables and chairs were all upside down. Curtains were torn. The beds were all messed up. The pillows and sheets were all on the floor. Mother Goat looked for her little goats but could not find them anywhere. She started to yell out their names one by one, but not one answered. Finally, it was time to call the last one's name. Only then she heard a high-pitched voice.
I'm inside the grandpa clock, Mummy!
Mother Goat ran to the grandpa clock and took her kid out of there. Mother Goat and kid hugged. The little goat started to tell the story, crying.
The wolf came in disguise and we thought it was you and opened the door. The wolf ate all my brothers.
Oh, darling. Mother Goat was very upset. She cried for her little goats. With only one of her kids remaining, she walked out and started to go towards the yard. After a while, they saw the wolf sleeping under a tree. He snored so bad that the branches of the tree were shaking. Mother Goat observed the wolf for a while. She realized that inside his tummy, some things were moving.
Oh my God! Can it be that my goats are in his tummy and they're still alive?
She had a plan. She turned to her kid. Run home, bring me a needle, thread and the scissors. When the little kid was running home, Mother Goat collected 6 big rocks from the floor. After a while, the little goat came back with a needle, thread and the big scissors. Mother Goat cut open the wolf with the scissors. She saw one of her little goats right away. And then the other ones started to appear one by one. They were all healthy. Mother Goat couldn't stay still from the joy she had. All the little goats hugged their mothers with joy.
Mama, Mama, we love you! Oh, Mama, Mama! Yay! Oh, Mommy, we love you!
They were all full of joy.
Ah, my little goats, you're safe.
Mother Goat put the rocks she collected carefully inside the wolf. Then she stitched his tummy with the needle and thread. The wolf was sleeping so deep he'd not feel anything. He did not move. Mother Goat and her little goats quickly got away. When the wolf woke up, he stood up. His tummy hurt really bad. He thought to himself that it was because he ate too many goats. Because his tummy was full of rocks, he got really thirsty. He came next to the river to drink some water. But when he was walking, the rocks were hitting each other.
My tummy feels so heavy and full. It's as if all the goats I ate turned into rocks.
He wanted to kneel down and drink some water. Due to the rocks being so heavy, he lost his balance and slipped into the water.
Oh! Help! Help me! I'm drowning! Help!
Yelled out for help, but no one helped him. He could not bear the weight of the rocks anymore and went under into deep waters. When they saw what happened, Mother Goat and her little goats ran to the river.
The wolf is dead! Yippee! The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead! Yippee!
Hand in hand, they all started to dance and jump around. From that day on, Mother Goat and her 7 little goats had a peaceful and happy life in their cottage in the forest.
One day, the little piggy Gurky was sitting sadly in the garden. His older brother Porky came to him.
What's wrong, Gurky? Why are you sad?
I'm so bored, brother. I can't find anything to do. Ugh.
You know, I actually have an idea.
What is it? Playing in the mud? I'm tired of that too.
Oh no, I went to a place called City when I was as young as you. There was a huge amusement park with lights all over it. Maybe we can go there?
At that moment, the little pigs heard a crack. They were frightened at first, but continued to talk excitedly.
Hooray! Amusement park!
Hearing Gurky's joy, his other brother Torky too joined them immediately. At that moment, they heard another crack. They did not notice the wolf listening to them through the bushes.
Going to the city and having fun at the amusement park. Let me catch you on the way and show you what it's like to have fun.
But the road is quite far and dangerous.
We'll be careful and protect ourselves on the way. Please, let's go.
So the 3 little pigs set off for the city. And the treacherous wolf immediately followed them. After a long journey in the forest, the 3 little pigs were very tired.
My feet hurt from walking. Let's get some rest now.
The little pigs, with the help of their older brother, set up a tent made of leaves and tree branches. They went inside and slept soundly. The wolf, on the other hand, was wandering somewhere nearby with his nose smelling strong.
Where are these piggies?
A few hours later, the little pig was very hungry. He left the tent to look for food without waking his brothers. He saw an apple tree just ahead. Just as he was about to reach out and pick 3 apples, the wolf suddenly appeared in front of him.
Is that what you wanted, little pig?
Help! Wolf!
The wolf was just about to catch Gurky, but the little pig got out of the wolf's arms and ran to his brothers.
Brothers, wake up now! The wolf is here! The wolf is outside!
The three little pigs hugged each other in fear inside the tent.
Open the door and let me in, piggies, or I'll huff and puff and blow your tent in.
You can't do anything. Our tent is solid.
Upon this word, the wolf blew, puffed, and destroyed the tent. And the three little pigs were stunned.
Ah ha ha! How are you going to get away now?
The middle pig, Torky, showed the wolf the back of the tree.
Oh no! Is that a big bear over there?
What? Huh? Bear? Where is it?
When the wolf got distracted, the little pigs rushed away. After a while, they came across a small abandoned farm.
Look, my brothers, it's a farm. Come on, let's hide there.
The little pigs hid in a pile of straw one by one. But little pig Gurky did not notice that his hat was left on the haystack. The treacherous wolf, who was very hungry, was looking for little pigs everywhere. When he saw the farm, he thought he might find something to eat there. Just as he was about to enter, he saw a pile of straw on the side and a tiny hat on it.
Here, the piggies must be in this haystack. I found you!
While the pigs were waiting in silence, they heard a crackling again.
Huh? Did the wolf find us? Shush! Let's be quiet.
The treacherous wolf disguised as a farmer and came to the barn.
It's so hard being old. I wish someone could help me carry those groceries to the farmhouse.
The little pigs waited silently.
And then we could have a nice feast.
Look, that must be the farmer. If we help him, he will fill our stomachs.
No, that could be the wolf. Let's not go out.
So you didn't help the farmer, piggies? Then I'll huff and puff and blow the haystack in.
The wolf took a deep breath, blew, and puffed. When the haystack fell apart, the pig brothers quickly fed.
Come here! I'll eat you!
The three little pigs who lost their way gradually reached the top of a mountain. There was a sneaky hyena in front of them.
Wow! My food came to my feet!
The big piggy Porky got in front of his brothers to protect them.
Get away from us, hyena!
Just then, the middle pig saw a vulture flying overhead.
Brother, look! This is a vulture!
Because the little pigs were so far from home, the wild animals saw them as prey. The three little pigs were terrified, not knowing how to get rid of them. While the hyena was wandering around to see which one to devour first, he suddenly started running towards Gurky. That's when the wolf appeared. He jumped in front of the hyena.
Let go of them!
The wolf had been following the pigs since the farm. This time, however, he took the hyena against him to protect them. With his frightening claws, he drove the hyena away in one swift. But the danger did not end here.
Wolf, watch out! The vulture will attack!
The wolf howled with his long and frightening voice as the vulture spread his wings and flew swiftly towards the pig.
Ow!
The vulture was so afraid of the wolf's howl that he flew away from the pigs and disappeared. Fearing the vulture, the pigs were about to fall off the cliff.
No! We're falling! Help!
The wolf came quickly and grabbed the pig's hand, and he pulled them all up in one stroke with his strong arms.
Thank you, wolf.
Why are you helping us?
'Cause only I can eat you, piggies. Go straight down to the right of that stone. Your house is there. But this time, be careful.
The pigs, rescued by the wolf, after walking for a long time in the direction he said, finally arrived at their house. They promised that they would never cross dangerous roads without their elders again. The next day, there was a knock.
Piggies, open the door and let me in, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house in.
You know you can't destroy it, man.
Don't you believe? Then 1, 2, 3.
After that day, the 3 little pigs and the treacherous wolf, who understood the importance of being together against danger, continued their lives happily.
Ow!